everyone, happy new year and welcome back to my channel. I know we're a few days into 2022 already, but it's my first video of the year, so I just feel like I have to say that. I do have hair, by the way. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder and I feel like I look bald. I actually have my hair up in a plait today, so I feel like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, because it's hair wash day and I just didn't know what to do with it. Today I'm going to be talking through my 2022 goals, so things that I want to achieve for 2022. This video is going up a bit later than I originally planned. I did want to get it up around New Year's Day. Everyone has sort of gone back into a routine today, so back to work and back to childcare. So I wanted to just soak up those last moments of being at home with Dan and the boys. I didn't really want to take time out to film and edit a video whilst they were still in the house. I just wanted just to all take that time together. I've made like a little list of, I wouldn't call them New Year's resolutions, but I guess they kind of are. I've made them for the new year and things I want to do in 2022. So I'll just talk through them. The first thing I want to do this year is just in general to be more positive. I'm not saying I'm a negative Nelly, because I'm not. I think out of myself and Dan, I'm actually the more optimistic one, and I always try to see the good of everything, the good side, or I just always try to see the best in any given situation, and I think I am sort of more calm as well in those situations and just sort of, it is what it is. But I still think that there are certain improvements to be made in positivity and the way that I view certain things. There are certain things that just trigger negativity in my head. I think I worry a lot. I worry an awful lot and I overthink. So, and that's sort of tied in. So I want to try and be more positive, and I want to try and stop overthinking, especially things that are out of my control and I cannot do anything about, because what's the point in worrying? So yeah, I just want to try and reframe the way that I think about some things. Secondly, I've put that I want to look after myself, my body, my skin, and I know that's a really popular one, and I think everybody pretty much makes that resolution at the start of a new year, that they're going to be more fit and healthy and everything. What I mean by it is, I mean mind as well when I say look after self. So when I feel in sort of like high pressure situations or I feel anxious, last year was particularly bad for my anxiety. Like I felt anxious a lot, so I think I'll do a separate video on that, but it was bad and I just want to take the time out to step away from anything that makes me feel bad and try to make myself feel better again up here. I hate the way that it can make me feel, and I just need to learn to step away from those situations and help myself feel like me again. And I've learnt what helps me feel better again in those situations, so I will continue with that. Body wise, we have a gym in the garage. I want to use it. It collects dust. It needs to be used, so I want to try and do some training in there. I do want to try and exercise 5 times a week. I used to do yoga and Pilates just at home, and I think I might start that again. I would love to work out Monday to Friday, and then, you know, just my weekends are my weekends, and that's my time off. That's ideally what I would like to happen. So I want to try and do a mixture of being in the gym around 3 days a week and then doing maybe like yoga one day a week, Pilates another, and that can help you feel better. That may help with, you know, the way you feel in your mind as well. I find that yoga is very, very calming, and it's more than just gentle exercise. It helps up here, so that ties in together really well. And I do want to change my diet. I do take my diet really seriously. When I do start going to the gym and exercising, I never, although it's good and it's a good change, I never see the point in doing just the one. I think that you need to change your diet as well. And I still enjoy things like chocolate, donuts and stuff like that, but just in moderation. And I change the whole rest of my diet so that I can have those things, and they're simple changes, and I still eat tasty food, and it doesn't feel like I'm on a diet, which is important. I think if it felt like I was on a diet and I was restricting myself of stuff, I would not be able to keep up with it. So that's what I'm going to do as well. And skin, so I had a really, really, really bad time with my skin last year. That may have been tied in with my anxiety, although the timings of it wasn't matching up at first. My skin was the worst it has ever been, and I still have no idea why. I'm still having, it has improved. It's nothing like it was last year, absolutely nothing like it was last year. It has improved, but I am seeing flare-ups every month or so, which could be linked to that time of the month, although my flare-ups linked to my time of the month have never been as bad as this. They are particularly bad. It's just more redness. I have like the odd actual spot, but it's more the redness that gets to me. So yeah, my skin just feels like bumpy and stuff, and it's not the whole month, like I said, it's just flaring up every month also now, but it is a bit worse. But I got loads of skincare stuff for Christmas. I asked Daniel to buy me the CeraVe range, so I'm going to try that. But what I'm doing first is I'm just using up all my old stuff. As we all know, skincare stuff has an expiration date, so I just want to use that all up. My dressing table, which is out of shot over there, my drawers and in my wardrobe is full of skin and body care stuff, and I need to start using it. So I'm going to use my stuff out of my dressing table first, because that's the older stuff, and then I can move on to my new stuff. And I just want that all to be a bit neater, because I feel like I've got so much stuff I need to use, and I just, yeah, so I thought I'd use my old stuff, then start my new skincare stuff. And I just need to, although I am quite consistent and good with my skin, because I take my skin very seriously, I just want to try a few things and see what works for me. I did use the Ordinary last year, and I did a review video on that, so I can link that here, and it did work. But I am going to try other things. I feel like short term, and I always say this wrong, niacinamide worked particularly well, but I was using it too much concentration, and as soon as I started diluting that, I noticed that my skin was getting better. So I found what worked for me. I'm just going to try and do that with a few other products as well, and then who knows, I might end up coming back to the Ordinary, but I'm just going to see how I go with the CeraVe stuff. I also want to try and read more. I have loads of books downstairs that are in our snug, and they're on the bookshelf, and I do dip into them every now and then, but I definitely don't give them the attention they deserve, and I need to properly use them, and I'm aware of it, and I keep staring at them, and every time I'm in there I just reach for my laptop or my phone over the books, and I really want to make a conscious effort to read. In fact, what I might try to do is, when we come up to bed, like the sort of last half an hour before we go to sleep, instead of scrolling on my phone at night, I may have a book and keep it in my bedside drawers and just read a book for half an hour. I've put on my list to continue YouTube, so I've said it loads of times, but I've had this for a couple years now, this channel, and I wasn't uploading videos properly at first. I uploaded like 3 videos in a year and a half, so wasn't properly using it at all, and I started using it properly last year, April, so I've only been using it properly around 9 months. and I've had loads of nice support and messages and comments and likes and subscribers, and that's really, really nice. This isn't obviously my full-time thing. I do this as a hobby. You know, Daniel's always saying to me, or was always saying to me, you know, why don't you join a club or find a hobby or something you like? And you know, for ages I didn't really feel like, and especially when you become a new mum, like when I first had Luca, and you feel like you lose a bit of your identity at first and you don't know who you are and you feel like a mum and nothing else. And I said to him, I really want to do something, but I don't know what. I don't particularly enjoy exercise. I do exercise. Like I said before, I was doing yoga and Pilates, but I prefer just doing that at home and not having to just, you know, quickly change into stuff and do it and quickly go. It's not something that I have done exercise classes in groups before. I've joined a gym, I've been spinning in groups, I've done Zumba in groups, but at the moment that's just not for me, and it's less convenient for me to do that. So I was racking my brains trying to think of something to do, and yeah, exercise classes just was a no-go. I was doing baby classes on my own with Luca, and while it was good, I wouldn't say it was a hobby, or I wouldn't say it was for me in ways, because I got to socialise and meet people, but it wasn't a hobby, you know, like. And then it wasn't until we started going on days out and holidays and whatnot, and I was just filming, if I'm honest, for our memories to look back on, because they are the funniest things when you look back on them, and your phone can only hold so much, and you can't put together a video as well on your phone as you can on a laptop, and like as you do for YouTube, and like all the editing tools and everything. So it just is better. And yeah, it wasn't until I started doing that I started to think to myself that I actually really enjoyed it. And you know, now I like planning what I'm going to film and stuff like that. And I have a job, so this isn't my job or anything, it's just a hobby, and I really, really enjoy it, so I just want to continue doing that. This year I really want to change my hair as well. I have messed around with it the past couple of years. It's been short. My hair grows really fast, so at the moment it's sort of this length, obviously a bit longer when it's not in this ponytail, and my hair grows super long, super quick, so I mean, it can be down to my waist in no time at all. It's just crazy. It just grows at a crazy rate. I've tried it long, I've tried it short, I've tried it mid-length. I messed around with the colours last year. I had blonde highlights put in. I've had ombre, I've had caramel undertones. I have had, then I've gone back to dark, like really dark. My hair's sort of like a mid to dark brown naturally. This is like, it's natural colour. It looks actually, as I'm looking at it, quite dark, but it's not really all too dark. I've just tried everything, and then I've realised after doing all that it's not necessarily you know, cutting any sort of length doesn't make me feel better. Changing the colour doesn't even make it feel good. And I'm racking my brains thinking, what is it that I want? What is it that's gonna, what do I need to do to my hair for me to feel better about it? Like, do you ever get stuck in a rut with your hair where no matter how you style it or how you have it, you're just not happy with it? Like, I wake up every day and I whack my hair up in a bun, and I hate myself for it, and I don't want to do that, but I don't like the way it looks down, and I don't like the way it looks in most styles. And I don't really like my hair, like, I like it slicked back for certain things, but I do it because I have to and feel like there's no other way, not because I particularly want to. So I was thinking, what can I do? And I think I want to get a full fringe, and I did mention about getting a full fringe a few years ago, but then our wedding was coming up and I didn't want to do it before the wedding, just in case I didn't like it, and then I'd have to grow it out and it would be like a whole thing. So I mentioned it to Dan again yesterday, I think it was. I said, oh, I'm thinking about getting that full fringe. Like, I've been thinking about it now a lot again, and I think I'm going to do it. And I was watching, what was I watching? I can't remember what I was watching, but she had a full fringe, and that's what got me thinking again. I was like, yeah, I think I want to try that with my hair now. So I think at some point this year, sometime soon actually, maybe just kick off the new year and do it. and then I have the rest of the year to grow it out if it's something that I don't like. But I think I'm going to get a full fringe cut in. Another person who looks great with a full fringe, and I wish if I had a full fringe I could look anything like her, and she's an absolute style icon, is Dakota Johnson. Her hair is amazing, and she has the kind of same hair colour and length that I do, so I'm hoping that a full fringe transforms me into her. No, I'm joking. I'm hoping that a full fringe just gives my hair something though that I feel like it's missing. I've put on here to move. We're currently in a situation where, I mean, we've been in our house for over 4 years now. We said when we first bought the house that we'd like to be here for around 5 years, which we are approaching, and we're just in a position now where we think we want to move house. So I think we're going to get the ball rolling on that as soon as possible, and fingers crossed that 2022 is the year that we move house. And the house we next move into will probably be, I don't know about forever house, because I think that things can just change so quickly. I don't think you can ever say that a house is going to be your forever house, but I think it's going to be the house that we do a lot of work on, spend a lot of money on and a lot of time, and the house that we spend a lot, you know, will be there for a long time. That's what I think, so fingers crossed that happens this year. Plans and holidays for 2022, so there's a few. Don't know if they'll all go ahead. I hate talking about the C word, but the C word is the thing really that will scupper any plans we have over anything else. So we have booked to go to Nickelodeon Adventure for Tio's birthday, and we're going to make use of that whole weekend. His birthday falls on a Saturday this year, which is absolutely perfect. So we're going to go there for his birthday, and then we'll probably have a family, like a day for family on the Sunday where we're going to be out. We might do something at our house on the Sunday for both sides of the family to come and see him, and maybe give him his presents and everything. So that should be fun. That's probably like the first plan we have. That's the end of February. I think we're planning to go to Legoland in March and stay overnight. We last went in September 2020, and I was really surprised when we sat down and I said to Daniel, did we go to Legoland in 2021? We didn't, and I can't believe that it's been, so that's like a year, it'll be like a year and a half by the time we go back. So we're planning to go there. We may revisit places like Chessington, World of Adventures. We've been putting off going to Fort Park because we feel like that's an older theme park for the boys, and they may not necessarily enjoy it, I don't know. So we have put it off, although I was on the website yesterday and they do have some child-friendly attractions, but there are literally a handful. I'm not sure if we can make a day of it, so I'm just sitting on that one for now, and we may book that in the summer. We also have a holiday planned that we booked, I mean, by the time it comes around it would have been booked for 2 years. It's had to be pushed back because of the C word. So it was originally to Bulgaria, and then last year I think Bulgaria went on some sort of amber or red light, so we had to change it. We changed it to Portugal, and then the same thing happened to Portugal. It went to a red or amber light. We couldn't risk going abroad in those circumstances, so we couldn't go, so we had to postpone it. So that was last July, August time, and then we've had to postpone it to the same time this year. So around the end of July we'll be going, and we've also changed it now, yes, back to Bulgaria. So we should be going to Bulgaria at the end of July. We usually go away abroad. When I say usually go away abroad, we've only had 3 wedding anniversaries, but we like to go away for them. So the first year we went to Barcelona. The second year we were planning on going abroad, but we actually couldn't in the end because of COVID. So we actually just went to Leeds. And then last year, so our wedding anniversary is the middle of the July. Last year we booked Dubai, and we also had to change that, so we just cancelled that and got all our money back, and we went to Manchester instead. So fingers crossed, the plan is to go to Dubai in the middle of July this year. You know, I'm not messing around with any rules. If there's any sort of restrictions or anything, we probably won't go. Last year we went to Paris and I went to New York, and the restrictions and the test and the extra paperwork and money that you have to spend and the hoops you have to jump through to go abroad and to come back, and the anxiety it causes, honestly, I'm not sure that I want to willingly, you know, go abroad in these circumstances. They're the only things we have planned, those two, and that's the only two things. Actually, we haven't booked Dubai yet. We're going to wait nearer the time to see what the situation is. We're not going to be stupid enough to put money down on that situation yet. And like I said, with Bulgaria, it's just a holiday. It's already been booked. We cannot cancel. We will not get our money back, so we've just had to push it back. So I have to wait and see what happens to that one as well. But restriction wise, I don't enjoy going abroad. I haven't been enjoying going abroad in these circumstances, and I don't feel like I can enjoy that time until I take that return test to come home. My anxiety is sky high, has been the whole, like, Paris and New York, coming back until I do that test to say I'm clear to go back into the UK. So I'm not sure if it's worth going abroad, but I have, you know, that holiday booked, and we'll just have to play it by ear and see how things go. In terms of other plans, that's probably it really. For Luca's birthday, we're not sure what we're going to do yet. That's not until October. For my birthday, which is in August, we usually go to London. It's just become a thing that we go to London every year and stay in different hotels and do different things. And one thing I want to do and have wanted to do for ages is go to Chinatown in London. So if we do end up going to London for my birthday this year, I might suggest that we stay somewhere around that area so I can finally go to Chinatown, because that's something I've always wanted to do. And we don't have actually, other than that, many like plans. I have a friend's wedding in July as well, so that's another thing. That's the middle of July, so July's a busy one. And I have her hen do obviously sometime before that, and apart from that I don't think there's any, you know, like I said, solid plans. I think with the majority of things we are just waiting to see how things go, but we are going to go to those theme parks sort of in the spring and early summer. I think more likely the spring. Yeah, we're going to go to those theme parks in the spring and just see how everything else goes. The last goal I have put on this list is a bit of a weird one, but I had to put it on because the way I just felt last year, it's to be more organised for Christmas this year, because last year I did a lot of online shopping, a lot of last minute shopping. I had a lot of, felt like I had a lot of stress. I was wrapping and buying and all this kind of stuff all the way into the lead up to New York. I packed for New York hours before I left, and it was not an enjoyable experience at all. There was just not enough hours in the day. I felt like I was stressing about Christmas rather than enjoying the build up. We also had a lot of plans in the lead up to Christmas, which we do now. Our December calendar's pretty busy. I just felt like I didn't have time to just be and relax. And when I wrap my presents, I like to do it of an evening, just chilling, watching Christmas films, having a little drink, and I just didn't get that sort of time. I didn't even really get the time to watch many Christmas films and just chill, especially with the boys. So I just want to be more organised this Christmas. Definitely not going away for Christmas time this year, and just chill out. I know some people start in like October, November, and actually what me and Daniel have said, because Luca's birthday is the middle of October, and we've said that once his birthday's done and dusted, we might actually try and start our Christmas shopping then, so sort of like the middle of October, and just hopefully I can get it done by the time even December hits, so that I can just enjoy that December time. So that's everything. I think they're pretty attainable. They're just a continuation of things I already do, or just slightly changing things, and then obviously it's just our plans for 2022 and things that we have planned and things that we hope to do. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching or found it interesting in some way. I love hearing everybody else's 2022 goals as well. Fingers crossed for a less dramatic and more relaxed 2022, a more normal 2022. I know things are getting back to normal, but they're not 100% normal yet. There's still that sort of, that C word is still lingering, and I just hope, I mean, we're entering into the 3rd year now of all this, and it's got to stop at some point. So yeah, I just hope that our 2022 is filled with less of that and more of normal life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next ones, which will probably be my New York vlogs from Christmas time last year or last month.